Okay, so here you go. Your house is all fixed, good as new, and we'll hope you're happy with the changes.
Jesus, this is nowhere close to the estimate. Why would you make changes without my permission?
You told us to.
First of all, I never asked for those changes. Second of all, I can't afford this.
Beats me. You have till the end of the week to get the dough.
You!
Me.
You made all these changes, didn't you? I can't believe I trusted you!
I thought you needed an upgrade.
But I still have to pay for it, God! Colton, this is your fault. Yeah, but if you wouldn't just unlock the door, we wouldn't be in this mess!
Yeah, you tell him.
No, I'm still mad at you. I mean, how am I gonna pay for all of this? You know, you can't just make changes like this without me knowing.
You could get a job.
Or I could start a band.
What?
The Band, the only thing that separates the wimpy solo artist and the Chad music group. Bands have been around since mankind's conceivance of the idea of music, and each member of the band has their own role to contribute to the music making. Whether that be instruments, vocals, writing the music, really all of these are needed to make a song, and the process can be more fun if you have friends to make music with.
Lucky for me, I don't have the friends nor the talent to actually start up a band.
I don't understand how you'll make money from this.
Well, every band has to start off somewhere. Mine just happens to start with Guitar Hero.
I don't know why, but Guitar Hero was just a sensation that swept everybody from the ages 8 to 80 years old. Finally, I can play the guitar and not sound like a jackass. Guitar Hero came out on November 8th, 2005 for the PlayStation 2. It also came with this guitar controller to use. That's what made Guitar Hero so popular, this f***ing plastic shell of a guitar. Not only were you playing a game about playing a guitar, but you were also playing with a guitar controller to play a game about playing the guitar. It was just genius and amazing, and...
Yeah, I don't have it. You see, when the house burned down, it also took all my copies of Guitar Hero 1 on the PlayStation 2. I had 6 of them in case this would ever happen, but it turns out Fire doesn't just choose one copy of Guitar Hero for the PlayStation 2. And I don't own any other Guitar Hero for any other home console.
Yeah, in 2008, developer Vicarious Vision decided to go nuts and make a Guitar Hero for the handheld everybody was raving about at the time. I remember seeing commercials for this game and thinking about how interesting that idea sounded. A Guitar Hero on my Nintendo DS. I would always think that it was pretty neat. I never bought it though, mostly because I had a bad experience on the Wii and I thought it would be the same deal. But you see, now I'm an adult, meaning I can buy things without thinking about that sort of thing.
I think it makes sense to have this kind of game on the go. You see, Guitar Hero was popular at the time, and so was the DS. It just made sense to collide the worlds. But the reason why I wanted to get this as a kid was not because it was Guitar Hero. No, it was because it had a unique way of playing it that made me want to play it.
I mean, if the box being 10 times the size of a normal DS case didn't give you any indication, when you open it you see that there's a fucking accessory! Whoa! I would have never guessed that. This sleek piece of plastic is known as the guitar grip. Essentially, it's the only way you can press physical buttons for these notes. It even has a stylus that's shaped like a guitar pick. I mean, that's so cool. There are even some stickers you can use to decorate your grip. It's really all neat, and in true Guitar Hero fashion, you have all 5 buttons.
911, what's your emergency?
I'd like to report a crime!
Yeah, some Orange fans are not going to be too happy about this. I mean, it makes sense as to why it's like this. The DS is already very small, and having a 5th button here to press while all your 4 fingers lay on here neatly as it is, it would just be a little bit too complicated. But honestly, enough talk. Let's pop this f***er in and have the time of my life.
Yeah, we have a problem.
I mean, this is the only DS I have with a GBA slot. Now, I wonder if the manual tells us anything about a workaround. Adapter for use with original DS style only. Oh! Wait, this is what this thing is? I have to f***ing screw it in? Well, who do they think I am, a construction worker? I mean, I don't even know what a screwdriver looks like.
Does this work?
These developers are lucky I know how to play Minecraft, or else they would have had a big lawsuit on their hands. So now I have this, and I can finally play the damn game. What the hell? This thing's in! Ugh. Yeah, for some odd reason, the grip sometimes just decides not to read. It's a very loose fit, and you'd think for something like this, it would have a tighter fit, it would connect better, because it's goddamn required. Okay, now everything is fine. It's good, alright? Let's play this shit before I lose my mind! Honestly, this is just what I expected. So we hit career because we need to make that dough, and we get to name the band.
Now, this is the most important part of having a band. It's the name. It puts you on the map. You will go places you've never seen before if you have a good, recognizable, brand-friendly name. It's the most important part of owning a band. And it has to be good. It has to be great. It has to be the best thing ever.
So I named the band Crub. After we pick our victim to represent us and give them an instrument to whittle away their fingers at, we get a tutorial that goes on for way too long. I know it's a new device for the series, but you didn't need to waste 6 minutes of my time to teach me how to hit a note. But finally, we can play the live show! Of course, like every great band, we must start at the bottom, playing in dirty rat-filled subways. Because that's what people want to hear before they go to work. A band named Curb blasting their eardrums with music coming from an original f***ing DS. Yeah, the DS audio compression is just ass, so all the songs are just, they sound so bad in quality.
So, yeah, you play a bunch of songs, you work your way up the chain, you gotta be the best band in the world, everybody loves you, God descends from heaven and grants you immortality as a way of congratulating you, but that's just normal Guitar Hero stuff. It begs the question of, what's the gameplay like?
Well, it's Guitar Hero on the DS. That's it, that's all it is. Good night, everybody. Okay, to go more in depth, it's like if you took Guitar Hero and made it bad. Like really, really bad. Like so bad you didn't want to play it. I cannot imagine people with bigger hands liking this game. I have smaller hands and yet I find myself getting a lot of carpal tunnel. I think it's because of the restriction that is placed on your hand. While your fingers can lay on all 4 buttons pretty easily, they're still way too close together for comfort.
I mean, it's not that bad. Oh!
Yeah, the cramps are that bad. On top of that, you have to swipe the bottom of the screen to hit the notes. That means when the long notes come in, you gotta swipe back and forth at a rapid pace, causing the DS to shake violently. It's all one big blur. I have a better chance of taking a photo of the rain as it's in the air. I said a better chance, not a perfect chance.
So yeah, that sucked, but what if I tell you?
There lies another Skywalker.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I just mean that they made another game for the DS.
Guitar Hero Decades, and you know what? I'll give them this. They made the grip look a bit different. So what makes this game different from Guitar Hero on tour? Well, it has the punk songs.
Finally! I can be myself.
There are just more songs I recognize here, and even the guitars are more interesting, and overall, the game has a better look and feel than On Tour. It's almost like this is the final version of On Tour, seeing as it looks so much nicer. My only problem is that my hits are not registering! Yeah, this was also a problem in On Tour, but it happens more occasionally here. There's such a high chance of not hitting the note that you're trying to hit, even though you actually did swipe and press the button! Also, there's something I forgot to mention. How do you think you activate star power in this game? You blow into the DS's microphone. So not only do you have to blow, taking concentration away from hitting the notes within the rhythm, you also have to make sure that your face is close enough so the microphone can register your blow. Sometimes it registers on its own, so you just gotta hope you're not shitting the bed as that happens.
I swear, these games, they feel so unfinished, unwarranted. Seriously, whoever asked for Guitar Hero on the DS?
Really, these games are just a prime example of what hopping on a trend looks like. I'll give them that making the grip for the GBA slot was a great idea, but after that, the game falls short in comfortability and overall responsiveness. There needed to be so much more tweaks before this was shipped out. It stated that the game was developed within a little over a year, and to be honest, that's not a lot of time for a game like this. The team went through many iterations of both the game and the peripheral, and I feel like if they just did another iteration, they would have found that sweet spot. But because they didn't, this just feels like a game that was almost great, but its drawbacks really hold it back.
And yes, there were still 2 more games made for the DS, that being Guitar Hero Modern Hits and Band Hero for the DS. They both used the same style of grip, and to be honest, I could have gotten copies of them, but I just didn't feel like it. I felt like Guitar Hero on Tour gave me as much as I could out of a Band Hero genre on the DS.
So I guess it did its job.
Yeah, I guess it did. Well, now it's time for me to do my job and play my first gig as a band.
Please don't.
Too late, I'm already walking out the door. I mean, on the one hand, they started throwing things at me. But on the other hand, I made $3.